Hi, welcome back to SQL Database Administration Hub. Today, we're covering index maintenance strategy. Indexes are one of the most powerful performance tools in SQL Server, but they degrade over time if you don't maintain them. Let's learn how to keep your indexes in top shape. Every time data is inserted, updated, or deleted in a table, the indexes on that table can become fragmented, meaning the data inside the index is no longer stored in an efficient, ordered way. Fragmented indexes cause queries to run slower, because SQL Server has to do more work to find the data it needs. Index maintenance is the process of periodically reorganizing or rebuilding indexes to restore their efficiency. In this video, we'll cover the difference between rebuild and reorganize, how to analyze fragmentation levels, and how to build a smart index maintenance strategy. SQL Server gives you two ways to fix index fragmentation: reorganize and rebuild. Index Reorganize is an online, incremental operation that physically reorders the leaf-level pages of an index to match the logical order.
It works on the existing index structure page by page, which means it can be paused and resumed, uses fewer resources, and doesn't cause significant blocking.
However, it's not as thorough as a rebuild. It doesn't update statistics, and for heavily fragmented indexes, it may not fully restore performance. The T-SQL command is alter index IX employee last name on employees reorganize. Index rebuild drops and recreates the index from scratch. This fully defragments the index, updates statistics, and reclaims any wasted space. It's more thorough than reorganize, but also more resource intensive. By default, an index rebuild is an offline operation in Standard Edition, meaning the table is locked during the rebuild. Enterprise Edition supports online index rebuilds, which allow the table to remain accessible during the process. The T-SQL command is alter index IX employee last name on employees rebuild. Or to rebuild all indexes on a table at once, alter index all on employees rebuild. Before deciding whether to reorganize or rebuild an index, you should check its fragmentation level. The standard thresholds used by most DBAs are based on Microsoft's recommendations. If fragmentation is below 10%, do nothing. If fragmentation is between 10 and 30%, reorganize. If fragmentation is above 30%, rebuild. To check fragmentation levels, query the sys.dmdb index physical stats DMV. Select object name i.objectID as timemom, i.name as index name, s.agfragmentation in %, s.page count from sys.dmdb index physical stats, dbid, neural limited, s join sys.indexes I on s objectid, and s indexid as I, order by s.fragmentation in %, harp dsc. The page count filter of 1000 excludes small indexes where fragmentation has little real-world impact. Focus your maintenance effort on large, heavily used indexes. Now let's build a practical index maintenance strategy. The key is to be smart about when and how you run maintenance. Not just blindly rebuilding everything every week. Schedule maintenance during off-peak hours. Index rebuilds lock resources and generate significant log activity. Run them overnight or during weekend maintenance windows when user activity is lowest. Don't rebuild every index every week. On large databases, rebuilding every index on every table is wasteful and can take many hours. Use fragmentation analysis to target only the indexes that actually need attention, and only apply the operation that matches the fragmentation level. Rebuild updates statistics automatically, reorganize does not. If you're using reorganize for most of your maintenance, make sure you have a separate statistics update job running afterward. Consider fill factor. When rebuilding an index, SQL Server uses the fill factor setting to determine how full each page should be packed. A fill factor of 80% leaves 20% of each page empty to accommodate future inserts without immediate fragmentation. For tables with heavy insert activity, a lower fill factor reduces how quickly fragmentation returns. For read-heavy or rarely updated tables, a higher fill factor is more efficient. Again, The Ola-Hallengren index maintenance solution handles all of this logic automatically, checking fragmentation, applying the right operation, and respecting maintenance windows. And it's the tool most professional DBAs use. And that's index maintenance strategy covered. To recap, Reorganize is a lighter, online operation suited for moderate fragmentation between 10 and 30%, while Rebuild is a more thorough operation suited for fragmentation above 30%. You analyze fragmentation using sys.dmdb index physical stats, and consider fill factor settings to slow the rate of fragmentation returning. Schedule during off-peak hours, target indexes that need attention, and consider fill factor settings. These strategies will optimize your performance. Well-maintained indexes are one of the easiest wins for query performance in SQL Server. Subscribe so you don't miss the next video, and I'll see you there.
Generous Academy.